Hello, good evening. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing pretty good myself. It's Sunday. It is September 19th. Let me double check. Yep, September 19th, and the equinox is coming up in a few days. Just want you to know that I was told a long time ago that if you want to get the most out of your meditation, the equinox is the most auspicious time to meditate. And the reason is because there's a balance in nature. And so when you meditate, you become very balanced because you're aligning with nature. So the fall and spring equinox are great times to meditate. So if you have a few minutes, just take that into consideration and do your meditation. I do have a daily meditation practice that I do. I wouldn't say I meditate every day. I did meditate this morning, but I do my best, and it helps a lot, keeps me balanced, keeps me grounded. I tend to be a little bit ungrounded. So I hope that you all are well, happy. If you're not happy, don't worry, we'll get there. I know the energies have been really tough because I've been dealing with them the last 2 weeks. You have my complete sympathy if you are going through ascension symptoms, exhaustion, fatigue, headaches, etc., etc. So hopefully they'll lift soon. I'm praying. But last week was really rough. So I haven't been on the channel the last 2 weeks because last week I was just exhausted, and the week before that I was traveling. I was in Florida helping a friend of mine buy a house, but she didn't actually buy the house, which was a good thing, trust me. So I'm back. I was there just about 4 days, and back in New Mexico. And yesterday I had a lovely time because I went to this gathering of like-minded people, and I knew the hostess, but I didn't know anyone there, and so it was great because I got to meet a bunch of new people, and I think that's good. I mean, it's good to bring new life and new blood into your life because things can get stale. So it was just interesting. The lady whose house we were at, she was from Ethiopia, so I learned a little bit about Ethiopian culture, and it was interesting. And her husband's an American, so they have a kind of a mixed cultural arrangement, but we had an Ethiopian coffee ceremony, and it was just lovely because she actually roasted the beans right there. They were raw, and she roasted them, went through the whole process, and I really appreciated that. Wow, so I'm looking at the notes, and I want to say hello to Roberta, hello to Raydo. I hope I pronounced that correctly. And you say you spend an hour a day doing pranayama. Oh my goodness, that's amazing. Wow, keep up the good work. That's amazing. Pranayama, yeah. So I have I guess you could say an Indian foundation because my meditation practice is Indian. It's from India. There's 4 gurus in the line, and I'm lucky enough to have help from all of them. At one time or another, they've all helped me, coming in and releasing stuff and working on me, and so it's been amazing. So I totally resonate with that. But I'm so open, to everything. Of course, I channel the archangels and Yeshuah, so I'm very Christian. I'm somewhat Hindu, everything, it's just, it's a blessing that, I don't lock any doors. I keep myself open to all new amazing experiences. So today I thought I would channel Jesus Christ or Yeshua, because the last time I channeled him, he had a controversial message about the shots, and I put it out there, and it was censored, and it was taken down. So this message is not going to be controversial. It's going to be light-filled and healing. And I was given the information that if I need to channel something controversial just to do it on another platform. So I will do that in the future if that is the case. But I thought I would bring him in because a listener and a friend of mine, Eileen, who probably will watch later on, asked me to channel him. So if you have any requests, go ahead and type them in the chat. I can channel a lot of different beings, and they all come through so pretty well. So let me know. If you're interested in finding out more about my work, because I do sell selenite crystals, and when you buy a selenite crystal from me, I bring in your guides for a nominal charge, and the selenite crystals are reasonably priced, and they're very high quality. So if you're interested in a reading or a heart thread session or crystals, have a look at my website. And I also teach channeling. So I do a few different things. But to be honest, I'm not working as much as I used to because I honestly just don't have the energy. I don't have the energy. I'm just trying to get through. So, so I'm done babbling. I like to talk a little bit, even if I'm talking to the webcam. But I see you all out there. I see your I can feel your loving faces. So, all right. So without further ado, I'm going to get my trusty piece of selenite and connect to the celestial realms through it. This is why I utilize it. This is how I utilize it, by connecting when I channel. So at this time, I would like to bring in my highest and best healing and channeling guides. I would like to bring in the archangels, Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Ariel, Archangel Gabriel. And these angels are associated with the 4 directions of north, east, south, and west. So whenever I think of the 4 directions, I think of the archangels. I would like to bring in thousands and thousands and thousands of warrior protection angels around anyone watching the live stream or anyone watching this video later on. I ask the angels to keep them fully protected by blocking all negative entities, energies, and thought forms. If anything's released by anyone, because sometimes we do release thought forms or impressions during a channeling, I ask that the angels take it to source and transmute it into light. I invite you to invite in your highest and best guides. I'm asking that you just focus on your heart, stay in your heart for the channeling. And lastly, I'd like to bring in Yeshuah. I ask him to take over my voice and bring in a heart-filled message. And I want to read the comment from Roberta. She says, I would like to receive guidance on what's next. Yeah, it all seems so confusing at times. It's been so dense lately. I'm telling you, I thought we would have been in the other dimension by now. I mean, if you think about it, like years ago, I would have thought by, 2021, we'll be there for sure. So, you know, it's really hard to read the future. And, but I do know that they're making a lot of headway in the other dimensions because, well, I work a little bit in the other dimensions, and we'll see what Yeshuah has to say about that. But honestly, I work, but I'm not really conscious about it, and it takes other people to tell me what I've been doing. So that's good because, yeah, I do agree. It has felt dense. It has felt dense, and it has felt drawn out. Like, can we just get there already? All right, I need to leave. So at this time, I bring in Yeshuah, and I ask him for a message. I ask to leave my body. Amen. Good evening. This is Yeshuah. And first of all, I want to say that I express my love and my appreciation for all of you. I am so happy to see you here, and I am, of course, very happy that you are all on your path of healing and evolving yourself spiritually. And as the channel has mentioned before, there is no wiser use of your time upon planet Earth than to work on your spiritual evolution, because that is all you are going to take with you when you pass from this realm. And those spiritual riches will go with you. However, you will leave your material wealth and the things that you are attached to in this lifetime. But the time that you spent on spirituality, meditation, prayer, evolving is time well spent. And especially in these times, the times of the great shift, we are going, as you know, from the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. And so there is a window of opportunity for you all to evolve in a short amount of time. The channel's guru has stated that the window of opportunity to evolve during this particular time, since harmonic convergence in 1987 until the finale of the shift of the ages, is unprecedented. But the window gives you an opportunity to evolve that occurs once every 10,000 years or so. And usually you have the opportunity to evolve in times actually of great chaos and destruction upon planet Earth, because these times that are marked by chaos and destruction and discord, it seems very discordant on your planet from your material perspective, are the times where there's a lot of shaking, there's a lot of opening and closing of portals, of dimensions, of opportunities, and it is a very, very auspicious and rare time for you to evolve spiritually. So this lifetime, make the most of it. Get into your spiritual practices. If you don't know what your spiritual practice is, my advice to you is to ask me. Go inside your heart, open your heart fully, ask Yeshuah, can you guide me? Can you show me? Can you bring me my highest and best spiritual practice for this incarnation? And I will. And let me say that it will be different for each of you, because it will be based on your karma, what you've done before, and who you have to meet in this lifetime and who you have to engage in. So some of you will be drawn to pranayama. Others of you will be drawn to Sufism. Some of you will get into channeling. Others will practice breath work and then move into something else after a few years. So never compare yourself to other people and never judge what other people are doing, because it is different for everybody. Everybody requires a certain degree of uniqueness and individuality and tailoring in their spiritual life. So I just want to mention that. I certainly have no problems with people that practice other religions. Of course, I had a very specific soul mission when I came down over 2,000 years ago, and ultimately the premise of my life and what I did in that lifetime, as taught by Christians, the philosophy is correct. However, I have engaged in many lifetimes. My soul has come down as a Hindu. I have been incarnated in ancient China. I have been incarnated in Lemuria, so I have been in many different religions even. So I don't even judge what other people are doing, as long as they are looking towards the light, bringing in the light, focusing on positivity and growth, as long as they are not using their spiritual development to acquire power or ego-filled or engage in ego-filled activities, or God forbid, going straight into the darkness. So let me just say that I know that it has not been an easy road for you, but the most powerful thing that you can do for yourself to not become attached, overly attached to what's going on the earth, because let me just say, first of all, there are going to be many, many changes ahead, grand changes that have been prophesized about. There are going to be shifts and quakes and changes upon the earth that have not happened in 10,000 years. So only the strong, the strongest of the strong, will ride this wave and get to the other side and be happy and content with their journey. So it is best to be unattached or get detached from the goings on around you. And whenever you need guidance, whenever you need solace, whenever you need inspiration, you have that resource within yourself. You go into your heart. You can call on me. You can call on the archangels. You can call on the high deities of other religions, or you can call on your highest self. You can call on the green-hearted healers, healing ETs from other dimensions if you would like company. But ultimately, connect with the high intelligence of your higher self. Go out into the cosmos and request what you need. I need peace. I need guidance. I need love. I need help. I need an opportunity to express myself. I need to be with like-minded people. I want to find my tribe. Whatever it is, ask. Ask. And also know that prayers are answered in due time. Sometimes prayers get answered after you transition or pass from this dimension, because we are not trying to play with your minds or play with you, but essentially your guide's main goal, our main concern for you, is getting you from A to B, from a lower frequency to a higher frequency in the shortest amount of time possible. And this is why you have incurred much suffering, especially in this lifetime. We mentioned that the door happens once in every 10,000 years for this kind of growth. And so many of you, before you incarnated in this particular lifetime, you really went for it. You said, I'm going to work on this, I'm going to work on that, I'm going to pay off this karmic debt, I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do this for the collective. I'm going to take on a lot of karma for the collective. I'm going to help out, because I know some people don't have the background to do all of the work themselves. So some of you have really given a foot up or a hand up to those brothers and sisters who don't have the background that you have. And so this is why we can never judge really just about anything. Sometimes you can judge situations when you have clear insight, but even if it's a very dark, sorrowful, or sad situation, you don't judge to condemn or to criticize. If you find something is disheartening or even evil, what you can do is pray. Pray that those beings, that situation, that it comes into the light, and that healing and beautiful, loving energy surround dark, dark situations. If human beings did this more often, rather than criticizing or even separating themselves wholly from the situation or getting angry about the situation, there would be much nicer and easier growth for the collective. So don't focus on what people are doing incorrectly, what your politicians are doing, what your business leaders are doing. Obviously, you understand that the world has been run by psychopaths or sociopaths, and even worse, dark occultists, dark wizards, dark witches, very aligned with the hellish realms. However, understand that they are suffering, and it doesn't mean that you need to step into that situation, but rather than condemn them, send them light, send them love, send them healing, and pray for their redemption. This is not easy to do, and it doesn't mean that you have to make yourself do it if you don't feel this energy in your heart, but at best, go into a neutral stance. When you find yourself criticizing or condemning another, come back into your heart and go into neutral. You can obviously call me in. I'll come in right away and wash out the offensive energy or action from your psyche, and you can start anew. Because when you condemn or criticize others, you build up a relationship with that situation, and ultimately you become attached to it. When you send something love, what you can do is just send the love and then just detach from it. Become unattached to the situation. This is what unconditional love is. It is like the sun that shines for all plants, for all animals, for humans, for ETs, for every life form on the planet. The sun, your sun, does not discriminate between a lowly worm or an enlightened master who's walking the planet. It shines on everything, and it shines on everything equally, and ultimately, this is what you are called to do. This is the highest state of consciousness, when you can just express who you are, which is pure, unadulterated love to everything and everyone. You're just a walking love condition, and you do not care who's partaking in that energy. If everybody got to that state of consciousness, my work would be done here, and so would yours. And this is what we are moving into. Now we are moving into the new age, and there was a request to talk about what's going on. So the channel has been working with other healers and mediums in the other realms, in the alternate realms of reality. She went to Florida, and during that trip, although she went on that trip to help a friend, ultimately she was called there to help clear out the naval base in Florida, along with her friend and another healer and another. Anyhow, there was a group of beings who went in with light and was working on clearing out the naval base, which was full of dark entities and energies. From that point, they went down to South America, and they started cleansing out the bases, military bases in that area. Of course, this is occurring on in a different reality, alternate reality, higher dimension, different dimension, and they were tasked with cleansing the bases that were started by the Nazi refugees after World War II. These bases in Central and South, or not Central, but in South America, were never touched by the light before. They were created after World War II, and it was a place where a lot of biogenetic engineering occurred. They would be considered DUMBs, deep underground military bases. And from South America, they went to Antarctica and started working on the base there. From Antarctica, they are going up through Mother Earth into the center of the Earth and helping to cleanse these regions from all types of life forms that haven't had the opportunity to experience the light in quite some time. So please understand that many healers, psychics, mediums are cleansing and clearing many deep, dark situations upon planet Earth, on the surface, below the surface. Some of these people are conscious of their work, some of them aren't. You might be doing this work in your dream state. So we are on a mission to fully cleanse the planet before the great separation takes place. What is the great separation? When I was alive, I said the wheat shall be separated from the chaff. You will reach a point when you will ascend. What does that mean? It means that you will go to another reality, another earth, another dimension of earth. It will be pristine and clear and clean in its beauty, and your brethren will be there. Those people that can handle that frequency, that carry that open-hearted fifth dimensional frequency or higher, will have the opportunity to reside on the new earth. Those that do not carry that frequency will not have that opportunity. Many of them will pass from this dimension. Many of them will go on to other realities. Please understand that this split of consciousness will also be accompanied by great, great earth changes that have been prophesied by myself, St. John of the Cross, by Nostradamus, Edgar Cayce. Of course, they did not get the timing right, but understand that the earth herself needs to cleanse. And so very difficult karma, very difficult situations, wars, blood-filled terroristic regimes have existed on several masses of land, and those continents or masses of land will go under the water. And they will go under the water for thousands of years to rest and to cleanse. On another note, other lands will be coming up. The old islands, Atlantis, Lemuria, these old lands will be coming up because they have been cleansing for thousands upon thousands of years. And so they are ready to rise, and when they do, the consciousness, the energy, the know-how, the writings, the expressions of those cultures will come much more fully into the human consciousness. And so all of those crystals that you have, not these, the selenite, but a lot of the quartz that you have and different crystals that you have, and you understand that they hold records, they hold information. You will be able to read them once the lands come up where the original information was encoded. So these are very, very interesting times, and it's going to be a beautiful thing to be living on the new earth. And it will be much less densely populated because, as we mentioned, those people will go to the new earth who can live in that frequency. So the best thing to do is to keep cleansing yourself, keep healing yourself, keep bringing in more and more love and light. Obviously, if you know about the ascension, you're ascending, you're on the ascension path. Most people are not aware of this reality. This is why we have been given so much time, ample time, for all beings to partake in the new energy and giving them the opportunity to reach those heights. But the window of opportunity does not stay open forever, and we are working on the last phases of the ascension process. There's no reason to be in fear. There's no timeline exactly, because the ascension will happen when all the keys are in place, all the codes are in place, all the people are in place. And this is a mutable thing, but it is not 20 years away. We can assure you of that. It's not even 10 years away. It's closer than that. We are getting there. So just keep doing what you're doing, because you're all doing very well. And try to develop more compassion, more love, and less, as we said, judgment towards your brethren. Um, one of the things that needs to happen is that the animal species need to get more directly connected to the creative energies or the God energies. And this is something that is going to be worked on in the new age so that humans and animals can live in peace, and so that there can be a much more loving coexistence between them. So this is something that is being brought down from the heavenly realms, and uh, hopefully in the future, all of the heavenly etheric cities that exist above your earth cities, or even in other dimensions, will come to the new earth and manifest in all their beauty and glory. The great cathedrals, diamond encrusted gates, gold streets, crystalline buildings. The heavenly realms are quite abundant with riches, and they are incredibly beautiful. The things built by angels are pure and exquisite, and that includes the nature and the natural realms. And so we are hoping to bring down as much of that heavenly beauty to the new earth as possible. And there are people, well, we should say they're people, but they're really star seeds, who are working on this technology transfer as I speak. So this will be something to behold. So once again, if you are anxious, depressed, grief-stricken, unhappy, restless, any of these things, I ask you to turn it over to me. Send me your despair, but also send me your love and gratefulness, as we appreciate these emotions from humans as well. So just turn it over, turn it up, get rid of it, and keep on moving forward, keep on progressing. You are all ascending. It is not years and years away. You just have to hold on a little bit longer. We send you so much support. If you need us, we are here. And sometimes when you reach out to me, I send you an angel who specializes in whatever you need. So I would like to spend the last couple minutes of this channeling to transmit directly to you. I'm going to send your energy into the sacred heart, or the high heart. The high heart rests above your heart, and this is the place where life starts in the human body, the point of creation. So we are going to, my guides, or my angels, I should say, and I, Yeshuah, are going to send you light into the high heart. So I ask that you take a moment and ask for anything that you need or want. It can be for yourself or for a family or a friend, but shoot up a prayer and we will try and respond to the best of our ability. We love you, we respect you, we trust you, and we give you freedom to live your life as you see fit. And of course, we hope that you join us here in the celestial realm sooner rather than later. All my love, Yeshuah, and now I send you directly energy from my heart to your heart. We lift you. We lift you, we lift you, we lift you higher and higher. Bathe in the light. Bathe in the purity and the peace. May all discord melt away, and may you experience love, joy, and bliss this coming week. Namaste. This is Yeshuah. Amen.